Hey, Superstar. Hey, Dookies. Duke, ready to go do your show, bud? Ready to go do your show? Well, I better stop. Ready to go do your big TV show, big Superstar? Welcome to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, inside the Stellar's Collectible Shop here in Uniontown Mall with Victor. What do you got going on?
The big event is coming June 1st. There's going to be a sports card and memorabilia show in the Uniontown Mall. Tables will be $30. It's 724-550-4177 or 724-610-0548. Start reserving the tables. They're officially available right now. All the rules of the card show from the last 4 or 5 apply. It's going to be basically the same thing. It's a one-day show, and we have a special Pack Attack announcement that you'll see later in the show.
I think he blew out the sound guy's eardrum.
I saw him jump back. That's why
awesome.
I tried to tone it down a little bit.
So we're going to jump into feedback, as always, sponsored by Belois Paving, 724-277-8037, 724-323-4179. By the way, they don't just do sidewalks and whatnot. I know in Mount Pleasant, they did Frick Park's basketball court years ago. So if you got any projects like that, feel free to reach out to Jack and the guys. They'll take care of you.
Real quick on that one, too. He does the resurfacing of parking lots. He's doing a couple restaurants right now.
So yeah, give them a call.
Get to work, Jack.
Absolutely. And give them a call if you got anything. Well, let's just jump into the feedback. What do you got?
Everybody right now is looking forward to seeing the jerseys come back. I'm telling you, I'm taking pictures. I'm going through the whole process, and a couple of them look like there's hope. There's a couple that are going to end up in the garbage or me cutting grass in them. The other part of that is, since we did the OJ, the Aaron Hernandez thing, right now we're working on what's coming up is going to be a neat little part of this show. It's going to be called Mail from Jail, as we're sending out some letters right now and seeing what kind of people will respond to them. And if you guys have any ideas on who you'd like to see get a letter from the Stellar Show, drop it in the comments.
Or mail them and tell them to mail us. Just not that one thing that I come across on eBay, which we'll get, which would have been for a fun mail day, but we'll get Rick to splice that in.
Let's take a second of silence for Orenthal James Simpson passing away.
You know what? What's interesting about OJ is he has some local ties.
You hate that guy who can't turn that phone off.
Well, look, you know what? Actually, Braxton was his fullback from Connellsville.
Yes. For
a lot of years. The year he ran for 2,000 yards, that's because a guy from Connellsville, Fayette County, plowed the way for him. So,
aren't you Westmoreland?
That's all right. I'm everywhere.
Westmoreland guy.
I'm Westmoreland.
Davis was Syracuse.
I'm Westmoreland, Somerset, and Fayette. Anyway, where are we going here? So, we will be doing a draft special. I believe that's next week.
Yes. Look forward to that, because we're going to take on probably someone like Mel Kiper's mock drafts and pick what we think will happen. Don't you hate the mock drafts when all the trades they
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. These mock drafts are absurd. It's just...
Everybody trades, and then it doesn't even make sense.
And at some point we'll do a fantasy football one. I always like using this example. I think it was like 2011 or 2012. I'm sitting there with the 4th pick, and you like that year Rodgers 1, Peterson 2, or vice versa, right? And then this one goof, he's got the 2nd overall pick, Eli Manning. And everyone's just sending me these messages. I'm like, hey, look, he paid up. Let him keep drafting that way. That's free money. So that's how I took that.
My favorite story is a guy who was doing it for the first time, announced with pride, Ben Coates, take him off the board. As the #1 overall pick in the draft. Coates probably should have went in the 13th round that year, but he read the wrong book.
You know what?
And he'll never live it down. What's up, Rich?
This was the rest of the AFC North reaction 2 years ago when the Steelers drafted Pickett. Yes, I said it.
6 teams passed on him that needed quarterbacks. This is the kind of thing that you're going to hear at our pre-draft specials.
Absolutely. So before I get too far ahead of myself, the Duke here, friendly reminder, Fayette Friends of Animals, go over there and, even if you don't adopt a stray, go over there. They're always looking for help in many different ways. Plus, there's a dog, her name is Ellie, that reminds me of Duke. He doesn't get along with other dogs, but Ellie would be a good addition to any family out there.
Plus, with that, if you have blankets or pillows that you're going to throw away to Goodwill, take them, the dogs use them out there.
So, you know what? And also, before we wrap this up here, Oh, good God. It's been a long week already. It's all. So, yeah, we got that in. Where was I going? I don't know. Fill us out.
We'll be back in a minute.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Fayette Chamber, here with a delicious ribbon cutting. Today we're in the Uniontown Mall at Pickle Meetings World Importing. Let's go eat.
Our ribbon cuttings usually don't smell this good.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77 here inside the Stellar's Collectible Shop for the Stellar Show. We're going to do our Mail Day segment. We're taking a break from the Wax Pack this week because we got a lot of content to squeeze in here, plus the last one kind of tore me up pretty good. So that being said, before I do open some mail, I'm going to hand the Duke off to Victor.
What's up, buddy?
Behave. He's been a little wound up more than usual today. I got to read this one. Once again, Mail Day sponsored by Yinzer Valley Farms. On April 18th, he's got a fairy garden workshop. And on the 19th, there's a general knowledge trivia night. That could be fun for everybody that's looking for something to do out that way. So that being said, the Mail Day. This is going to be fun. You talked about jerseys in the last one. So the night before we filmed this, there was a pitcher for the Pirates that he did his part, unlike the rest of the team that night. But it's getting a lot of buzz. And this jersey, this was really cool. And I should honestly, once again, be charged with theft for as cheap as I got this. You just got to know what to look for or when to look for it. So what we got going on here. This is a game-issued Pirate jersey of Jared Jones.
No.
Yeah, well, look. Fanatics,
it's got all the markers.
Fanatics and MLB certification.
Yeah, we'll take a picture
we'll get
of this
that
so
to you.
You can see it, but this is...
yeah, from 2023. So the backstory on this jersey is this jersey was made up, and if Jones would have been called up last year, whatever number they would have got him would have been put on this jersey, and this is the jersey that he would have wore. But he didn't get called up last year, so...
They had this in the hopper waiting to go.
Honestly, the only thing they were waiting on was what number was he was going to wear. If they would have had a number designated for him, we got both Fanatics and MLB.
The tag says engineered on it, and that you don't get those in the stores.
No. Yeah.
The only place would be in the stadium in one of the game-used areas.
And I love when people don't know what they have.
Wow.
So speaking of the Pirates, what do you think, man? I'll take the Duke back.
Right now, the bullpen's letting them down, and
Absolutely.
Henry Davis is having a lot of problems hitting the ball. I see him as a future DH at this point.
Yeah, I know this isn't going to go over well, but you know what? Might be time to move on from Kutch at DH.
If you move Davis in there, I mean, he's still only batting 200. They're both batting 200.
Yeah.
McCutchen, congratulations on
number
home
300.
run 300. He's a Hall of Famer. That number will help that argument a lot, but he should be a Hall of Famer.
I look at he was a five-tool player. He did everything.
And if you look at some of the guys who've gone in, nothing against them, because God knows I'm a guy who runs a baseball card shop in Uniontown. They're Hall of Famers, but some of these guys, McCutchen's clearly had a better career than. It's not his fault the Pirates couldn't hit Jake Arrieta or Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. We talked about that on the way to the Blue-White game, which we're going to talk about in the next segment. That those 2 years, if those series were 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5, 4 out of 7, the Pirates beat the Giants in 2014 and they beat the Cubs in 2015.
Yep.
There was just 2 pitchers, one each year that they couldn't touch, and they had to face them.
Were like a hot goalie in a playoff. Best of 7, the hot goalie offsets everything.
I'd still say that year they should have started Happ in that wild card game, but no one was touching him at the second half of that season. He was.
There's so many mistakes the Pirates made back in those eras.
Yeah, they should have went all in for Stanton or Machado at the deadline.
Well, when you don't play in playoff baseball for 40 years or 30 years,
It would have been 20 at that point.
it felt more like 40. But you can't really give them the business for that. They were new to it, and that was a group that fell apart real fast.
I'm not giving them the business, but speaking of some business, we mentioned the blue-white game that Victor, myself, and our friend Dan Bird attended. Dan should get like associate producer credit for working the phone for a lot of this stuff. Maybe we'll work that into the credits someday. But
yeah, you're going to see some great pictures and some great footage coming up on that part.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Blue and white game is something that everybody should go to.
Absolutely.
Especially the Pitt fans, because then you'd realize what a real program does.
Yeah. There was more vendors at the Penn State blue-white game than they had at theirs. So, but speaking of this footage that Victor was speaking of, we set up a Stellar Show separate YouTube page where you can check out extras and whatnot. I highly recommend. We'll get a link up to that for you to check that out. But one of the things that we did on the way back, we've been having a hard time. He's the first official member of the Stellar Show Kingdom chapter of Mensa. His name's Adam Schaefer. He lives up in the Evansburg area. I'll tell this story, and I'll let Adam tell this story. Check it out. Welcome, everyone, to the Stellar Show. We got an exclusive here with you. We stopped off in Altoona here on the way back from the blue-white game that Victor, myself, Ken Philibom, and buddy Dan Bird, who's filming this for us. We stopped off in Altoona with Adam Schaefer here in Winston. To Adam Schaefer here, I've teased this in the past. Adam is the first official member of the Stellar Kingdom chapter of Mensa.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on being first
Yeah,
member.
first official member. And honestly, so we got to get into why this gentleman here is the first official member of Mensa. And by the way, you see the Ohio State stuff. We're Penn State guys. It's all good, right? Yeah, it is what it is.
If I can maybe stand like this, and am I blocking him out on the? You can see your face, just not the jersey.
We're filming. Anyway, so what makes Adam unique? So for years, Dan and I have been coming to Penn State games, and after today, I know we got Victor joining us for a few this year. So what would happen is we always stopped at an establishment in Evansburg. I'm not going to say their name for two reasons. Number one, they ain't paying us no money, and number two, they also did Adam wrong. That aside, Adam would be working, and there's a lot of traffic that comes through, Penn State traffic.
A lot of traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, for 4 to 6 hours, it's nothing but blue and white coming in like this. And Adam, I don't know how you did it, but even though you were taking shots at us Penn State fans, I would sit there and I would just watch. Adam would take jabs at every Penn State fan that came in, and I think I stopped and counted 15 one time that you didn't repeat yourself. You were like, oh, hey, good luck with your 2-star defensive lineman and whatever. You always had unique and good, and it was good stuff, too, to where I just had to take it because we've all seen what Ohio State's done to Penn State the last 10 years, unfortunately. If it wasn't for a blocked field goal, they'd be undefeated. Anyway, so how did you come up with this? How did you where do we begin?
I just rolled with it, I guess. I found, like, all the traffic would come in. They come from Pittsburgh way, Johnstown way, Somerset way, and
yeah,
being a Buckeye fan, of course, it's the number one rival.
Did you work on this material, or did you come up with an instinct?
I just came up with it on the fly, honestly.
Oh my God, that's impressive.
Yeah.
How's Winston doing there? You two were
Winston is. We're missing Duke today, but Winston is a fine replacement.
He's filling in. Yeah, he's.
How many dogs have you ever seen that will wear sunglasses this long without complaining?
Right.
This is a special animal right here. Ain't that right?
One of my favorite all time was I'm standing here and I'm watching this, and Adam, there's a lot of Michigan folk coming in. And one of these, this couple from Michigan, they go walking out. Hey, good luck, Michigan. Too bad your season's over in 2 weeks when the Buckeyes come to Ann Arbor. You didn't.
Yeah, so I took
opportunity offender.
Yeah.
So go ahead, man.
It just was fun, just meeting all the people when I was at this job, having everyone come in. That's how I met Ken and Dan, like Ken said earlier, and met a lot of nice people. A couple people were my friends still from up there.
You also made some enemies.
I did, yeah.
And I'll get into that. This is hilarious too. I'm up in section WJU. I'm telling Derek and his wife Emily that are sitting next to us about how the guy in Evansburg was late giving the business.
This is a great story, by the way.
I'm telling him about the backstory of what's going on. And then out of nowhere, I hear this older gentleman behind me. Are you talking about the Evansburg such and such? And I go, yes. And he goes, I hate that. And there was multiple expletives. Every time I go in there, he harasses us and wah, wah, wah. I'm like, look, it's awesome, man. I'm sorry, but like, so this, seriously, man.
I appreciate it.
You know what? As a professional heckler myself at one point in my life, I've done some work that's legendary that we'll talk about at some point. Your work is like, I bow to you.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Victor, is there anything you want to add to this? Or any
No, I've
questions?
heard the stories and the legends, and I can say from firsthand, just meeting him right now, there's a lot more stories, and we're probably going to have to do one or two more updates with him, if not
Absolutely.
get you as a part of the show. From
Oh
time to
no,
time.
especially the week that Ohio State comes to town to get smacked around. We're gonna have to come and bring you down.
Get smacked around, this guy says. We're going to be doing a smacking. We smacked him the last 7 seasons, so.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, come on.
It's
It is painful.
We are due.
Yes,
But,
thank you.
We're going to take this now. We're having some fun with this, but let's talk about some serious stuff. Adam is going through some health issues at the moment. Would you like to elaborate and maybe
Sure.
get into that?
I need a heart and liver transplant. I've got it done at Pittsburgh Hospital at Presbyterian. We found out about 2 months ago, I'd say, and then I got finalized for everything. So I have a Facebook page called Adam's Journey.
We'll put the link up.
If you want to follow it, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, seriously, man, we're all pulling for you. We
Appreciate
put that
it.
on the show.
Yep. You did.
Absolutely.
Yep,
And
definitely.
we're going to keep everyone updated on your status.
I appreciate it.
And so, seriously,
Yep.
we're all pulling for you. Well, I mean, we have some fun with the banter
Yep.
here, but look, seriously, man, everyone's pulling for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you, man, and
I
congratulations.
appreciate you guys coming to do this for me.
No, and we'll get you a plaque or something fun. Maybe we'll give it to you, like I said, the week you guys get smacked around.
Get smacked around.
We are due.
That's it. Thank you, everybody.
My name is Judd. My business is Judd's Hot Socks, like this one, which is a Spider-Man sock. You can put it on your shoulder. You can put it on your forehead. You can put it on your neck. You can put it anywhere. You can come and buy Hot Socks on April 27th at the Bone.
It's official. June 1st it will be the next Uniontown Mall card show. All the rules apply of all the other card shows. Tables are going to be $40 a piece. You can now purchase them at 724-550-4177 or on my personal cell phone at 724-610-0548. And now the only guy more famous than this guy is this guy, kids.
And kids 16 and under, the Pack Attack is back Saturday, June 1st, 3 p.m. right here at Uniontown Mall. And there's no one that gives away more prizes than this guy right here. And I love giving away this guy's money too. So we're going to do it again, bigger and better, Saturday, June 1st, 3 p.m. Kids 16 and under, don't miss the Pack Attack.
Hey, Bryce, don't you have a show coming up soon at Washington
I
Crown
do,
Center?
Victor. Saturday, May 4th and Sunday, May 5th, Washington Crown Center. It's the biggest show ever in the Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio area. Over 500 tables. Washington Crown Center, located in Washington, PA, right off I-70. James Spence Authentication will be there. Nash Cards will be there. There's a whole list and line of guys that are going to be there, over 500 tables. Free admission, free parking. Don't miss it.
Bang. Thanks, Bryce.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here for our closing segment, sponsored by DJ Rick. We'll be at the Kecksburg Firemen's Club on April 26th, starting at 7 p.m. for the DJ Invasion. Alien Invasion? Did I get that right? Good enough. You know what? Kecksburg's got a lot of history with that, and not far from me, I do plan on popping in. Yep.
They do.
You know what? You want to talk about some stories? I got some friends and family that got some stuff, but we ain't going there just yet. So what do you got going on? You got a wiffle ball event to talk
The
about.
wiffle ball event, the flyers over there, you're probably going to see one in front of you right now. It is $50 for non-members. It's $40 for members at the YMCA. It's going to be on May 15th through 19th. Doug DeCenzo, local Brownsville native, will be the master of ceremonies there and running the show, as well as Ken and I are going to make an appearance there. Don't forget, guys, I have the Steelers tickets here for the game that is going to be at the Mount Pleasant Junior High on May the 2nd. Ken will eventually give us the full roster, hopefully. But
Yeah, I was told it's whoever shows up, but I was told some names that were expected. But one that will be there is the self-appointed captain as president of the league, and that's myself.
I'm too fat to play. Don't even expect it.
Oh, you're going to be there. We got the Stellar Show will be represented. But speaking of places that we were at, and also get on that YouTube page to check out some of the extras that we're going to be putting up there. There's already a few up there. But Victor and myself, we were at the Blue-White game up in Penn State this past Saturday, where I picked up Olu.
Oh, here, give me that.
That's all right. We could see that. This was Olu Fashanu. Did I say it right that time?
Yes, you actually did.
All right.
It took a while to teach
It
you
did.
how to
It
say
did.
that.
And I've watched a guy
Game
for
3.
years dominate, but hey, I still butcher his name. But I picked up his practice jersey. This was the practice jersey he wore last year. It's in my possession, and boy, he would look good in a Steeler uniform, but we'll talk about that next week during the draft special. So,
one thing about going up to Penn State for a blue and white game, yes, it is a practice, but it is one of the most fun atmospheres you can ever have. It is just a wonderful day. There were probably 40 to 60,000 students, fans, and families.
I think it was 70.
Up there having a blast.
It was around 70, if I heard correctly.
And when you go to Penn State, you got to take this guy with you because there is nothing up there he does not know. This is the best tour guide in Happy Valley.
Dan's a good one too.
Well, the two of them together. And after the game, you're going to see pictures of us on the field, laying on the field. We tried to get a picture with the Nittany Lion. That will come in time. We got the thrill of running out the tunnel.
Step off here. So let me see if I.
So what'd you bring?
Oh yeah. Did you? So when we got on the field, there was just patches of grass just laying around.
Laying there.
Did you get any?
No, I have yours from last year. I was good on that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to vandalize such a beautiful
It wasn't vandalizing.
stadium.
It was just out in the open. And you know what? I just didn't want nobody to trip on that. That's why I
And to
grabbed
Penn
that.
State, that is an immaculate campus.
Oh, beautiful.
We are due.
That's right, as was covered in our last segment. And one of the things we were honored in the fourth quarter, Dan, myself, and Victor, we spent that with the legendary Caroline, who we're hoping to have on the help us out with the show during the upcoming season. So.
And she's not going to be put into the Mensa category of the kingdom.
No, she's on a level of her own. Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
You're a legend. We got a legends department for that.
Yeah,
So,
we're looking forward to her insight and prognostications
absolutely.
as the games go on this upcoming season.
and you know what? While you are up there, you have to get the ice cream.
It's the best ice cream.
It really is. I put down a lot of cookies and cream.
This gentleman carried how many gallons?
I took it easy this week. I apologize to the people that I didn't let know that I was going. I've kind of dealing with something with my elbow, but I think I only carried about 15 out this time. But there's been times where I've taken 30 and hiked it 2 miles across campus. I have a system.
It is 2 miles.
From where we parked to the creamery.
You have to give the creamery credit. They have a machine that gives you the dry ice to put in the bag, and the lady actually asks you, how far away do you live? And they can tell how to keep it cold for a 2.5-hour drive. You tell them 3, you get extra. They have it figured out. It's amazing.
And good job, Creamery, getting him to buy that dry ice, because he jumped the gun. If he would have listened to me and Dan, he didn't have to buy none, because we have a
first time.
That's right. You learned. You bought dry ice and you didn't eat it. You're amateurs.
But I'm learning. Well, you got to make rookie mistakes. Next
And you
time
did.
I'll know better.
We are.
Penn State.
So you know what? Unfortunately, the Penguins didn't cap the season off with a playoff appearance, but the Wheeling Nailers did have. And hopefully, I do plan on attending one of the first-round playoff games. We'll have some extras up on the YouTube page with that. So what else is going on here, Victor, aside from the draft special next week?
Rise Wrestling was over the weekend. We're heading down to the Pirate game, so if you see us, we're going to try to get one of those darn hot dogs this weekend.
Yeah, we'll be in the outfield.
Get on opening day.
That's it. Yeah, we'll be easy to find. I think that
$17
reflection
for
on
a
that.
hoagie with pierogies and pickles.
Yeah, you know what? If
But I will buy one, and you will see one.
I'm a pizza guy, so we're good. It'd be better if they had Village or Lovigers, but I'll take Caliente. Yes, that was a cheap plug to my friends back home. So you want to get one in?
Riz has got better. Or Shop and Save Deli. I can't even think about that. I'm trying to lose weight.
Yeah. Turn around, you'll find it. All right, anything to close us up?
On to Rise Wrestling.
And don't forget his card show coming up. Thank you.
You suck.